Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Ryan from Mama's Got a Budget, and thank you so much for joining me. So today's moment, we're going to be doing our entire April budget along with the cash envelope stuffing and the sinking fund funding of part 1 of April. So if you guys are cash-based budgeters or you're just curious to see how I get my net income down to 0 every 2 weeks when I get paid, then go ahead and keep on watching. So yeah, I'm in the same thing. This is the same day that I'm filming that I filmed my last video, which was the March online income report. You guys know I'm a single mom. I get in where I fit in with filming and all that stuff, so I'm not gonna like change shirts just to pretend like it's a different day, because bitch, it's the same hour and we're just gonna roll with it. So let's go. I got paid on March 31st, so this is going to cover everything from March 31st 2019 all the way to April 14th 2019. So I like to get my entire budget ready for the next month at least 2 days before. If I'm cutting it close and feeling a little froggy, I'll do it 1 day before, but I like to have everything laid out. So in this video, we're going to go through everything. So if you guys have been around on my channel, I started cash-based budgeting back in November of 2018, and we've been kind of tweaking it along the way. So the way that I like to do it on my channel is to have 2 views. I have you on my left here where I like to chat with you, and then over here my overhead view, so you can see what I'm doing. I am a planner girl, so I enjoy having like the physical paper to be able to write down and flip through the budget and everything like that. So here we are trucking along. It's April 2019 and I cannot believe it. This is the first month of quarter 2 and we are jumping right in. So my view for my calendar, I like to have a month on 2 pages, and these are now available in the shop in case you missed it. So I like to have a month on 2 pages and I block it off. This is my first paycheck of the month and this is my second paycheck, and then I go in and I write in the bills that are due so that I can see where everything is falling. Now historically, a lot of my bills are in the first half of the month. Like my budget is very top heavy, and then it kind of trickles down toward the end of the month, which I look forward to, let me tell you. So your budget will probably look a whole lot different than mine, and that is okay. We are here to, sorry, I'm just reaching across to get my tweezers. We are here to share our individual journeys, not to make it mirror someone else's. So if you guys pull inspiration from this, that is great. But if yours looks a little bit differently or a whole lot differently, then that's fine too. I like to go ahead and first start with my monthly view. I like to see where we are. I like to see it at a glance. I like to have a high overview of everything that I have going on for the month. And I'm probably down to my last usage of these checkbox stickers that I have up in the shop. And I like to use the neutral color palette, but I do have some different color palettes, maybe possibly coming out for spring and summer. So go ahead and stay tuned for that. I'm going to go ahead and take it out and put it over there in my budget binder. And I just like to where did my stickers just go? Oh, I was about to fight. I like to lay down a checkbox sticker for each bill that I have due on each day. So like on the 1st, we have Capital One and then all that stuff. And then I know like on the 19th, we have Geico. I know on the 7th, we have, who's that? Netflix and stuff like that. So I just go through and I just put down stickers so that when I have it all filled in and as the month goes on, I can go ahead and check it off and see where I'm at. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. It's pretty boring, but I'm gonna leave it in here and I'll just fast forward you guys with some tunes. doing this because I like to get it down on paper. You guys know I like to get everything out of my head onto paper so that I can see it. But also because be aware that your budget is very personal to you and it is a living, breathing document. It's constantly updating. You constantly have to feed it information. If you just let it go, or if you just type it in your phone and never open the app again, you know what I mean, or you write it down but you close it and you put it off to the side on the bookshelf, you're not really living in your document. You're not feeding it anything. So if you don't feed it, it's gonna die and you're gonna get frustrated and you're gonna just you can't hold everything in your head, so if you are thinking that you can do one thing, but you have your budget binder sitting on a shelf and then you're frustrated as to why you went over budget for this, well, it's probably because you weren't feeding your document. Be sure to reference your budget as often as you can. I even put it in my planner as like a little habit tracker. Like, have I tracked my spending today? Have I checked my budget binder? Have I checked in with myself? Because there's nothing worse than not doing it for 10 days and then trying to go back and remember all of your expenses, or go back and remember the bills you paid or should have paid or whatever. So that is a big tip that I have for you guys, is to be sure that you're referencing whichever way. If you budget in an actual planner, or if you do it digitally, if you have a spreadsheet, if you're whatever you do, right? There's so many different ways that you can budget, but just make sure that you're checking in constantly. So I like to have mine physically down on paper, but whatever you choose, girl, go with it. So that is all that I really do for this, and I can go ahead and check off, for example, my car wash is automatic, so that comes out of my paycheck. I was just talking to my sister yesterday, and we were talking about our automatic bill payments, and she was like, I don't have nothing on auto pay. And I was like, girl, me neither. And now I'm going, let's check off car wash is auto pay. So I forgot about these little things. And that is a thing too. Like, you have to remember the little things because they affect you. They add up. Like, car wash is $13 for me, and the gym is, I think, $9. So if I were to forget about this, then I'd be in the negative. So remember those little things. Remember those little teeny ACH automatic payments that you authorized back in 2011. Remember those, because they're still there. And I did pay childcare for the month. I brought that in. And yeah, we're moving right along. And I transferred my mama some money. So there we are. Now we're going to go from having the high-key grid overview to drilling down and making it more of a list view. And this is the one with the amounts and then the budget versus actual, things like that. So we're really going to get into the nitty-gritty. Now I have totals here that I'm going to transfer here, and they're just from my spreadsheet that I have on my screen that I do every month. I am planning to share it when we do April's budget, but I just want to make sure that everything's good, like I said, and because I've only been doing it I've been doing the spreadsheet for a while, but I constantly tweak it, and last month I made it like all colorful so that things will stand out and have more categories rather than just, if I showed you guys what I was doing from November to like January, you'd be like, what the fuck? Like, what? So these last 2 months I've been doing it, make it more colorful and more like compartmentalized the way that I have it broken down in my budget. So I do plan to share it in May's budget, so just bear with me. But it's going to be the same exact thing that I'm putting on the paper right now. So let me go ahead and take this out. And I have this pre-filled out, so I just have to fill in the numbers. So let's start at the top. Every budget should start with what you have coming in. We want to start with a positive number. Positive number is income. So for my income, for my full-time income for April, I'm expecting $2,871.64. And like I said, I get paid twice a month, and I do work in finance. I'm sorry, in the beginning I actually said every 2 weeks, but every 2 weeks is different from twice a month. The twice a month is fixed. Every 2 weeks can vary. So there's never a month where I have 3 pay periods, for example. I'm always going to get paid twice a month, 24 times a year, good, bad, or indifferent. So for other income, I hope you guys can see, yeah. For other income, this is a combination of all my side hustles and what I'm expecting to get. And estimating it, and if it's a little off, then that's okay. That's what this budgeted column is for. We always true up with the actual. So for other income, I'm expecting it to be around $2,605.58 for a grand total this month of $5,477.22. So that is what we're working with for the month of April, and then it kind of falls off from there. Now I take all of my income and make my net income zero. So I am a zero-based budgeter, which means that I like to have an assignment for every dollar that comes in. And if you guys want to catch up really quick, you can go ahead and look at any of my past videos where I go ahead and I drill down into, what I do, why I do it, and how I do it. But I'm just trying to go a little quicker in the videos to come. But if you guys ever want me to slow down, or if you have a question at any point, it's fine. Go ahead and ask the question. That is no problem. We are going to have an assignment for all of these dollars, right? So I like to start with my recurring expenses I have here. Rent, $400, and this is all for the month. Cell phone, $258. Elijah's savings, $47.04. Car insurance, I have Geico. That should be the same, $147.18. Apps and memberships, I'll try. Let's see. I just don't want it to become too fuzzy, like if I zoom in too far. But that looks okay. I was like too pixelated or whatever. Apps and memberships are $72.14. And that's all together. That includes like the gym, Hulu, Patreon, Netflix, things like that. Debt payments for my entire total should be about $2,387.86. That's a big number, and we'll get into why as we move throughout our paycheck to paycheck budget. Business expenses should be about $700. That includes taxes, supplies, and savings. Cash envelopes, we're going to do about $835 to move through the month. And sinking funds, $630, which will be set aside for our inevitable expenses. So we'll go ahead and add all these up. I always have to do this, like open up my screen off camera, because I have some crazy notifications. People in my life are nuts. Okay, so let's go ahead and add all this up. 400, 258, 4704, 147, 18, 7214, 2387, 86, 700, 835, 630, 547722. And just like that, all of our money is gone. Yay! So again, I will show you guys my pre-formatted spreadsheet that I have up on my screen, how I'm able to quickly do this every month. But for now, this is the breakdown, and this is exactly what I'm looking at on the screen. Moving down on the page, I like to use the next two sections kind of like as a checkpoint to make sure that my numbers are right up here. So I just break this down just a little bit further. I break the recurring debt away from the actual debt, and our recurring debt that we're going to be paying around about every month. This number does change because the amount fluctuates that I put towards Elijah's savings. So we get $924.36 this month. And then our debt is this number here. Business, sinking funds, and cash envelopes are the same from up here. So then if we do the $54.77, which is our income, minus our recurring, minus our debts 87, 86 minus our business expenses minus our cash envelopes minus our sinking funds, we are left with 0. So that's what we like to see. $0, 0 cents. Now, to break it down a little further, for you guys that are visual learners, and I am too, I like to know like what percentages for things. I do have this section down here. So our income is always going to be 100%. So if our recurring, sorry, can you see? Yeah. So if our recurring debt is $924.36 of our total income this month, that uses about 17%. So we'll do decimals, that's fine. 16.8% for our recurring debt. Our regular debt, 2387.86. Looks like it's going to be 43.6%. Our business debt is going to be 12.8%. Our cash envelopes are $835 for the month. That's about 15.2%. And our sinking funds are about 11.5%. So as you can see, we're throwing a larger portion of our income toward debt this month, and like I said, we'll get into it when we start doing the breakdown by paycheck, but that is what we're looking like. So we have all of our budgeted amounts filled out, and these are monthly numbers, so these are for the entire month of April. We're not going to do this for a second time. We are only going to be filling in the actual numbers at the end of the month. So this is what we're looking like. This kind of like the forecast for the month. That is how you do your list view of your budget overview for the month. You definitely want to break down all of your expenses that you know are coming through, things that you are planning for, to throw in your sinking funds, everything like that. Get everything, I cannot stress enough, get everything just down on paper and see where you are. So that's where I am thinking I'm going to be for the month of April. Now we get into the fun part, which is stuffing our cash and sinking fund envelopes. So I have also written it down, and this is kind of where more of the breakdown comes in. We're not just saying debt. We're not just saying recurring expense. We're actually breaking down what is under that umbrella of debt, under that umbrella of occurring expense, under that umbrella of apps and memberships, things like that. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right in. For this paycheck, which I got on March 31st, like I said, we are working with $1,780.38. I should have never zoomed you out. Sorry. So for this paycheck, we're working with $1,780.38. Like I said, I am a zero-based budgeter, so I like to make sure I have an assignment for all these dollars and all these cents, and this is how I do it. So my first thing is to get all the expenses out, and you can do this in whatever order you feel most comfortable with. Side note, I do have my grid paper that I use on every budget now available in the shop as well, so you guys can pick these up in classic happy planner or A5 size. And if you guys want other sizes, just let me know if you use different kind of planners or whatever. I do plan to do, side note also, I do plan to do another video on how to put together your own budget binder, because I have gotten a couple of requests for that, so I want to go ahead and do that. But back to the budget. So for car, where's my car? And I still haven't put this spreadsheet's on a different tab. I still haven't put it in the same order that I have it on my paper. So don't ask me why. All right, for car, we have $258.09. And these are all of my expenses are cut in half. I like to pay every bill every time I get paid, but I pay half of it. If you want to do that, though, you do have to be 1 month ahead on your bills. And that's because the bill will probably most likely come due before you get paid again. So if you only paid half of it when you got paid and you still have the other half outstanding, that other half is probably going to become due before your next payday. So I do not encourage you to do this at all if you're going to incur late fees. I would rather you go ahead and pay the bill in full than to incur a late fee, because we don't like that around here. No ma'am, no girl. So Geico, $73.59. The car wash is $6.50. Verizon, $129. I'll be so glad when I'm done paying off this iPad, because that is a big part of what's making my Verizon bill so high. $129. Capital One Quicksilver is, we're going to do $100.79. Capital One Platinum is good. American Express is good. Paid off, so I like putting down. We love a zero in our budget. Navient, we got $35.84. Those are my student loans. Gym, $4.44. Spotify, $7.50. Netflix. So I have in my budget, and I'm not going to change it because I did this before, but I got an email today that with the next bill cycle, it's going up $2. Why? Why are you doing this? They're like, so we can bring you more, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Probably because everybody's boycotting, trying to get more money out of Netflix. But so it's going up $2, but I don't want to throw my budget off and rearrange stuff. So we'll just put more in next pay period, which is also going to throw off my apps and memberships budgeted amount too. But I literally just got it this morning while I was like waking up like with one eye. I was like, what? Girl, is that necessary? Is that necessary? But whatever. That's $4. Hulu. So my mom randomly tells me the other day, she's like, oh yeah, I have Hulu. Why didn't you tell me this like 6 months ago? So I'll probably be canceling that soon. But I have been watching, have y'all watched The Act on Hulu? Like, it sucked me in. Like, just like I got Hulu just so I can watch The Handmaid's Tale, now I feel like I have to keep it so I can watch The Act, which is that girl whose mother made her believe she was sick, like Munchausen syndrome. Like I have to watch it. So, like, I kind of need Hulu. So what are you doing? Coffee and Dunkin' Fund. So I have this because the coffee fund is for the cold brew that I get at home, that I make at home. And then the Dunkin' is the Dunkin' app, like if I stop and want to get some munchkins or a bagel or something. So I have that set at, where is it? 20. And then iCloud storage and ViscoCam. We're just gonna make that the 216. And then I like to stop right here and add up everything so that I can determine what I want to put towards Elijah's savings. Elijah's savings, I have him an account set up over at Capital One 360, and I just transfer it manually from my bank account to his savings account. So I'm able to control the dollars and cents. But since we don't like to deal with cents in our cash envelopes and sinking funds and things like that, we give him the change. He can have the change. So we're giving him $30.79 this pay period. So that all adds up to $907.38 for my total expenses due. And if you see up here, our total income is $1780.38. We got our 38 cents to match up. Yes, Lord. So if we do 1780 38 minus 907.38, we're left with $873. So $873 even. And that is the amount that we have to play with for our cash envelopes and sinking funds. So now we move on to part 4 of our budgeting, and we go ahead and fund our envelopes. So I like to start off with my cash envelopes first. Oh my god, it matches my lippy. Hey. So my favorite color is orange. So I like to start off with my cash envelopes, and where I got this will be linked down below. So, and also, I was talking to my sister yesterday, and she's on this whole budget kick as well. So shout out to my sister for getting her life with her cash envelopes. I have to make her a set too. She's trying to be just like me. Oh my god. Oh, how the tides have turned, sis. How the tides have turned. I was thinking that we were talking about the budget envelopes and stuff. And so she clicked the link and saw the Amazon. She was like, God damn, why is that so expensive? I was like, I didn't make the wallet. I don't know. So she was like, damn, I'm gonna need an envelope just to save up for the wallet. So I'm going to go ahead and look and see if I can find cheaper alternatives. Side note, you can always use a personal size planner, but I realized that some, not all of them, they all have different pocket configurations, and you may not be able to have your credit cards and your change all in there like you can in an actual wallet, obviously. So I'm going to go ahead and look up and see if I can find some cheaper alternatives for you guys. I mean, a lot of you guys have purchased this, but I do realize that this is kind of like a big piece of the budget as well. So we're just going to go ahead and look up some alternatives for you guys, and I will let you know. So once you have your expenses deducted from your income and you know how much you have to use for your cash envelopes and sinking funds, this is the part where you want to break it down into your categories. Now, I've said before, your budget will probably I look crazy right now. Hold on. Your budget will look a whole lot different than mine. So if you notice, I have kind of a lot of cash and sinking fund categories going on here. Now, yours, you know, you may have less, you may have the exact same number, or you may have a whole lot more. It doesn't matter how many categories you have. It is, are you going to be able to stick with the amount of money that you put in those categories, right? So if I only had 2 categories, I still have $873, you know? If I had 25 categories, I still only have $873. So it doesn't matter how many categories. You just want to make sure that it makes sense for your life. Take yourself through your day, you know, a work day, a weekend, or whatever, and see what you actually pay for, what you use, what you can lose. Get it all together, get it on paper. If you come out with 22 and a half categories, well, bitch, you got 22 and a half categories. It doesn't really matter. So this is what works for me. And I have seen some really, really good categories with the shop, because I do sell my cash envelopes and everything online. Well, you can't even see. I do sell them on Shopify and Etsy, so you'll be able to look these up and see which ones you like. But people have categories like new car, or blow money, or me time. Every single order that I get has gas and groceries in it. So that is a great place to start. Start with gas, start with groceries, work your way down from there, because you got to eat and you got to get to the food. So Start right there in your budget. A lot of people have like shoes or a new MacBook. I've seen that one 2 or 3 times. Car maintenance is another big one. So just take yourself, through your day. Maybe it could be an absolute necessity, or it can be like a wish list item, like a new bag, something like that. So my categories for my cash envelopes are beauty and hair, child care, the current, clothing, dining out, gas, groceries, me time, planning and crafting, special events, spending, toys and entertainment, and Dr. S. Did I put Dr.? No, I didn't. Okay. Because I know that threw me off last time. And for my sinking funds, I have anniversary, birthdays, car tags and maintenance, child care, summer, condo fund, Eli Extra, date night, furniture, gifts and Christmas, medical, dental, rainy day savings, vacation, travel, and memberships. Okay, so I kind of have a lot. And the difference also between cash envelopes and sinking funds, cash envelopes get you through the day-to-day, right? You're going to go and stop and get something to eat. You're going to go and pick up something for dinner. Are you going to go to a movie? Things like that. Sinking funds are for those inevitable expenses that have either a finite date, like May 22nd, or a finite amount, like $1,000. Or something that will happen, but you don't know when, you don't know how much, but you want to be prepared because you don't want that unexpected expense to affect that month's budget. So it can be any of those 3 categories. Like, for example, car tags and maintenance. I know that my car is going to need an oil change, right? I know it's going to need an oil change at, 52,876 miles. I don't know when that's going to happen. Let me put money to the side so I know. Condo fund. I know I want to move out. Don't know when that's going to happen, but let's put some money to the side for that. Vacation and travel. I know I want to go somewhere around my birthday. My birthday's in June. It's Team Gemini. Don't really know how much I want to spend, but let's put some money toward there. So it can fluctuate. It can be any one of those 3 categories: finite date, finite amount, or just inevitable, unexpected, but you peep game, right? So you want to put it into your sinking fund category. So those are mine, and let's go ahead and just fill this out for right now, and then we'll go ahead and do the actual cash transactions right after this. So I'm going to go down this pretty quickly, or maybe not, because again, these are not in the same order. Beauty and hair, we're going to do 20. And just to give you an idea, like that's for like haircuts and makeup, things like that. Child care current, I'm going to have to do 100. Clothing is 20. Colors. Dining out 45. Groceries 60. Gas is 50. Me time 15. Planning, toiletries, and special events are not getting anything. I didn't even put toiletries on this list. Maybe. Spending, we're gonna do 45. Toys and entertainment 10. And then Dr. S is his usual 150. And I have him as a cash envelope because I physically go into his office to pay it. So I put it down so that I remember to get the cash out of the bank. So I want to include it on here. My other one that I did, like with CarMax and Capital One, that sheet, those are all like electronic payments that I can log on physically and do that. So I don't want to mix it in and then forget to get out the cash for childcare or Dr. S, which is my dentist. So sinking funds, we have down here anniversary, we're going to do 10. Birthdays, we're going to do 20. Elijah's birthday is coming up this week. Super excited for him. He is lit about turning 7. Childcare summer is 100. Condo is 80. Eli extra is 10. Date night is another 10. Furniture is 20. Gifts and Christmas, we're gonna do 10. Nothing for medical and dental. We're still pretty stocked there. Rainy day, we're gonna skip for now. Vacation and travel, we have 40. And then memberships, we have 10. And I like to do rainy day savings the same way that I do Eli savings, because I just like to toss anything extra that I have in there. And right now we're able to do $28. And total cash envelopes, I'm sorry, I forgot to put up here. Total cash envelopes are $515. And total sinking funds are $358. So if we do the, oh, I got an order. Thank you, whoever ordered just now on Etsy. So if we do the 515 plus 358, we have 873, and that is our amount that we were left over for our net income. Let me grab. So we have 873. Let me zoom you out a little bit. For our sinking funds plus our cash envelopes, and that is the same amount that we have here. So then if we take the 873 that we were left with and we subtract another 873, sorry for my chicken scratch, we are left with $0.00, and that is exactly what we want. So we always want our net income to be zero as a zero-based budgeter. We want to take all of our income and make our expenses equal that exact number so that we get to 0. So we started with $780.38. Our expenses were $907.38 plus the $873, and that gets us right back to $1780. So we have come full circle, and we now have a zero-based budget. Question that I think that you guys may have is getting everything down so close to 0. Like, oh, what if something happens? What if this, and that happens? We are making sure our net income is 0, not our cash. Those are two completely different things. The cash that we have in the bank is not going to go down to 0 because we're still holding it. Like for the gym is not going to come out, remember, until the 1st of the next month, or Hulu's not going to come out until the 13th. So we have all of these, and these amounts are going to sit in our bank account so that the cash is there, the buffer is there. But by the time it all comes out, we would have replenished it with our next paycheck. So our net income is always 0, but our cash, we are always at some sort of positive number, if that makes sense. So I hope it does. Now, if you have any questions or want me to slow down or reiterate on anything, just leave a comment down below. But since our sinking funds and cash envelopes are all funded, these are all of our amounts, now we're ready to go ahead and break this down. And I like to make a little post-it like this to take to the bank. Let me focus on it. To take to the bank so that I know how much exactly I need. I don't want to just have $873, as a chunk in my wallet. I want to be able to divvy it up, and that's where the bank bitch note comes in at. Oh, I didn't tell y'all. So my bank bitch last week was a guy, and he was like super impressed, and he was kind of low-key flirting with me too, like checking bank teller flirting when he checking my account. That literally happened. He was like, oh, so what do you do? Like, he was probably just looking at my savings account, but whatever. Oh, so what do you do? And oh, what is this for? Oh, and you had this all planned out. And I slid him this note, and I was like, yeah, I want it broken down like this. Oh, you had this all planned out. So how did you do that? How did you come up with that number? Oh, tell me. Then I showed him my wallet, and girl, it was all over when I showed him my wallet. He was impressed. I was like, yeah, I break it down and I put it in, and I just was flipping really fast. I wasn't showing him how much I had in each or anything. And he was just like, oh my God. He's like, you're so organized. I'm impressed. And I was like, yeah, I should have slid him one of my business cards too. Like, check me out, leave a comment. Because he was a nice looking chocolate dude. So We need more guys on the channel. Ricky Bobby, shout out to Ricky Bobby. He's always down in the comments. I think that's like my only guy who watches me. So I tried to recruit another one, but I don't think it worked. Sorry, I'll try harder next time, Ricky. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and... Oh, so we gave the note to the bank bitch, right? And we break it down. So I go to Chase. I go there like 3 minutes before they close. Every other Saturday. I know they're pissed by now, but it's whatever. And we break everything down. They have been giving me... Sorry. They've been giving me like money out of the machine or something. However they do it. And it's just been like spitting it out all different ways. So I don't want to take up too much time in the video, but I'll go back and like face them all the correct way a little later. So we got all denominations, hunty. We got hundreds, 50s, 20s, 10s, 5s, and 1s. Sorry, like, am I crooked or is the camera crooked? I can't tell. I can't tell. All right. So we have all of our cash right here. Of course, it won't all fit into frame, but this should be $873. I mean, I did check, but let's see if we broke it down correctly, because shout out to my first video I made. I had like 20 something dollars, some odd number left over, and I couldn't figure out what I did. So beauty and hair, then we're just going to go down the list to whatever categories you have and whatever amount you assign them to. You go ahead and you break them down, you put them in your envelopes. Now again, I do sell these on MamasGottaBudget.com, but you can always use like bank envelopes. These are free. You can you know, flirt with the teller dude, you know, have him check your account and be like, can I have like 26 extra envelopes, please? Say it like that, they'll probably give it to you. So these are free. You can write on it. You can use paper clips, binder clips. Some people do it electronically and use Capital One and have those things set up, or multiple checking accounts, however you want to do it. So beauty and hair, I'm assigning $20. So I go ahead, if I can find it, I go ahead and I pick up 20. This is going to be for Elijah's haircuts. Mostly, I don't really shop for myself anymore. It's kind of sad, but I have enough. I have enough, thankfully. I have enough. Sorry, I have to reach across because I have it under my computer, but this is my current childcare envelope, and I'm going to put $100 in there. I have like the receipts that they give me and stuff. So these fit the US dollars perfectly, and these are the standard size on my site. Standard size. Clothing gets another 20. Elijah's gonna need like some summer clothes, like some shorts, things like that. I need some booty shorts. And if you guys caught my last video with the March check-in, I told you that I completely diminished my dining out fund, and I don't like that, like cutting it close and like having to use change. I mean, it's good that I can like pinpoint it, but I don't want to be so close all the time, you know. Gas, we're gonna do 50. And oh, I need to go get some gas after this video, honey. My coupon expires today. I didn't go get gas yesterday. My gas light came on and I was like, no, I have to film the video first. I have to film it first before I go and, you know, get gas. So just remembered I gotta go do that. Groceries, I'm gonna do 60. So 50, 60. What are you guys' favorite recipes? Let me know your favorite recipe down below, because I want to look it up on Pinterest and try to do it. Nothing with any crazy animals, please. I usually like chicken and steak and pasta and garlic. Italian? I don't know. Me time, we're gonna do 15. And I used to use this, like I said, for my manis and petties, but now I only use it for my petties, slash if I find a cute nail polish that I want to get, because I do my nails at home right now. But I'm still gonna go to them for my petties because we have a situation. Planning and crafting, I have to skip. Special events, skip. Spending is going to be 45. Why do I have... Oh, she rich this paycheck, because I usually only do like 25, right? guess. It came out to $8.73, but I wasn't even paying attention. Toiletries is 0. Toys and entertainment is 10. So let's go ahead and put that in there. And this is my last stuffing before Elijah's birthday, and I'm gonna give him money out of here to be able to go buy his Minecraft game that he's been bugging me about for months, literally like 3 months, maybe. I think it was right after Christmas. He's been bugging me, so I'm gonna give him money. So we're gonna go to GameStop with this envelope and go ahead and pick him out his game, which is super cool because, you know, I've just been putting money in here and it's not really affecting me, you know, like $10 here and there. Now he can, you know, have something that he really wants for his birthday, and I'm happy to be able to give him that. So those are all of my sinking funds. I'm sorry, all of my cash envelopes. And I'm also gonna go ahead and pull out the $150 for Dr. S, which is my dentist, and put this to the side because I don't know where his envelope is. So I'm just gonna put it back in here and put it in my wallet. Because that is his payment, so I remember to go. And he's really close, so I can stopping by there every 2 weeks is not a problem. And they love to see me because I was like their best customer because of all my dental issues. Yay! So now we're gonna move over to our sinking funds. Our sinking funds are housed the same envelopes, you know, different titles, different patterns or whatever, but they are in my Kate Spade Wellesley. And again, I don't know if you can still find this, maybe on Poshmark or eBay, something like that, but this specific one will probably be in the rotation somewhere out in like resale land, but they do have these zip around planners that they come out with pretty frequently. But I got the rose gold one and I love it. So we're just gonna go down the list for here. So anniversary, we got 10. Birthdays, we got 20. And I'm gonna use this to be able to take Elijah to the movies after school because his birthday is like on a Wednesday. And so I'm gonna pick him up after school. We're gonna go to the movies, gonna do some things. So that's gonna come out of that one. Super excited to be able to do that. Car tags and maintenance is another 20. Childcare for the summer, honey, is 100. And I've been building this up. So for 3 paychecks, so I'm at 300. Moving on, condo fund is 80. So 20, 40, 60, 80 is gonna go into there. This is the largest amount that I've been able to set aside for the condo thus far, so that's exciting. Okay, now we have it all out, but what I did wrong for condo fund, I should have gave it 50, 60, 70, 80. Okay, so there's that for condo fund, is that 80. And then date nights was 10. Eli extra was 10. Right, okay. Furniture was 20. Gifts and Christmas is 10. Medical dental or skip savings. Vacation and travel was 40. 2040. Memberships is 10. And then we go back to rainy day, which is what we have left, which was 25, 26, 27, 28. That is what we did wrong. Okay. Sorry guys. Thanks for bearing with me while at least I figured that one out pretty quick. Any other time I would be like, what? But I noticed that, yeah, condo fund was hanging out down there in the cut with that 80, and I just grabbed 420s. Okay, so yeah, that's it. So we have successfully funded all of our sinking funds and all of our cash envelopes for a grand total of $873, which is exactly what we had left over for our income minus expenses. So our net income is $0. So we have successfully created a zero-based cash budget. So I'm going to keep this wallet with me, which is going to be my everyday cash envelopes moving. If I want to get lunch at work, if I need to stop for groceries, I need to get gas like I do right now. If I need any like random spending money, that's all going to be in here. These are the sinking funds, and these are for future dates or whatever. And this does not come with me. This stays at home. So I can zip her back up and toss her to the side because she doesn't need to be in my purse. And now we have everything filled out for the entire month of April, which is this, plus our budgeted versus the actuals, which is this whole thing broken down. So we'll see how we do at the end. And I'll be sure to share this at the end of March. At the end of April, because I realized I didn't share mine for the end of March. So I'll be sure to share this for the end of April so we can see where we are. And then we have our paycheck broken down here with our recurring expenses and then our cash breakdown here. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's what I'm working with until April 14th. I get paid again on April 15th, so I'll probably do my budget, about April 12th, April 13th, so I can go ahead and go to the bank. And then we do the entire process over again, minus the monthly breakdown, because that's already taken care of for the month. So then we just do this whole process over again. So thank you guys so much for sticking around with me till the end. If you are here to the end, leave a comment. Like Cardi B, leave EOWWW. Because I be saying that a lot. So yeah, leave that comment down below if you made it to the end. Hopefully this is not as long, but again, if you guys have any questions, let me know. I look forward to reading your comments and uploading this video. You guys make my life. You guys give me life, and I'm so glad that you guys have pushed me this far and have given me such inspiration to continue this, and the accountability and the platform to be able to share it with others. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Peace out.